What happens when an emotional support animal needs emotional support? Now, the world's most preferred emotional support animals, somewhat unsurprisingly, are dogs, or as I refer to them, gods. You see, I'm dyslexic and they can't read anyway. So, what does one do when gods need a sign of God's presence? Man has to step up. In the horrific aftermath of the 9/11 catastrophe, it was an instant certainty for the rescue teams that were rushing to Ground Zero that there would be untold human loss. But there was also the driving knowledge that in that near impossible to navigate pile of concrete, metal, and glass were humans who were injured, humans who were still breathing, humans who needed to be rescued without a second's delay. Amongst the thousands of rescue workers who converged on Manhattan from across the country was an army of over 300 that stood apart. That's because they stood not on 2 feet, but 4. This was the team of search and rescue dogs, beings that were specially trained with disaster response skills. These dogs worked around the clock in shifts and were able to identify even the slightest human scent in what was a swirling cloud of ash, dust, and smells amidst that smoldering, shattered set of ruins. Though nearly each one over the course of their mission suffered burns, wounds, and cuts, they carried out without any stops, searching relentlessly. This was the sight that inspired everyone present there: the EMTs, paramedics, NYPD, and the firefighters. The search and rescue efforts would continue for over a fortnight. Over 2,900 souls were identified, mostly in the form of human remains. While the effort continued on without a break, after the first couple of days, those doggedly determined doggies started showing signs of gloom. The nearly 200 vets on site confirmed that the dogs were displaying positive signs of depression because they felt that they weren't doing a good job of not being able to find more survivors. So man had to step in to comfort their dogs. To boost their morale, the handlers started staging mock finds, hiding in the rubble and letting the dogs spot them. Hide and seek, if you will, to lift up the puppy's spirits. A single sighting of a human to be rescued, and those dogs went from depressed to driven in a matter of a few wags of the tail, and they were back at it with renewed gusto. When the rescue efforts were finally called off, nearly a fortnight following, only 20 survivors were rescued from Ground Zero. Nearly each of their presence was identified by a search and rescue dog. There's a reason that gods put dogs on this planet. And there's a reason why God spelled backwards is, or is it the other way around?